Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to talk about what you need to learn in order to become a proficient WordPress plugin developer. In the past, we have talked about what you need to know to develop WordPress themes, but today let's look at plugins. Maybe you have already developed a couple of themes or you have done WordPress work in general, but you may want to dive into WordPress plugin development. So here are 4 things that you need to know before starting learning WordPress plugin development. The first thing, and in my opinion the most important one, is that you need to have a really good idea about WordPress hooks. You need to know what they are, obviously, and you need to know how to use them. You need to know the difference between action hooks and filter hooks, for example. Because most of the time, these are the only way you may be able to interact with the website from a plugin. But when you are building plugins, you will need to use hooks to insert code in a part of the website, either on the front end or on the back end on the admin panel. Basically, when you are developing plugins, it's like developing themes, but only using the functions.php file. Okay, the next thing on the list is learning how to hook into the like button and the subscribe button for the YouTube algorithm. Okay, I'm just joking. The next thing is you need to learn PHP really well. And especially if you want to build custom functionality on a specific plugin. The more complex the plugin, usually the more complex PHP you may need. And you need that basically in order not to have a really bad performing code. Okay, but that doesn't mean you need to become the almighty master ninja rockstar PHP developer. Obviously, you will need to know more than just writing simple WordPress PHP snippets. And especially, you will need to make sure that your plugin is compatible with the latest version of PHP. And that is 8.1.2 as of this moment. If it isn't compatible, it may break a website that is running on PHP 8 or higher. And you will be surprised of how many big premium plugins are not really compatible with PHP 8 yet. So you don't want your plugin to be one of those, right? Okay, the third thing is object-oriented programming, or OOP for short. You don't have to, it's not mandatory to write your WordPress code like this, but it's really helpful. It will help you to write cleaner and more organized code. And also, if you will end up working in a WordPress agency of some sort, there are high chances that you will have to write code like this. Besides that, you will have an easier time not having to write long function names just to be sure that it won't be named the same way as a WordPress function or as a function from another plugin that is not OOP written. And the last thing that will help you not only in WordPress plugin development, but in development in general, whether you're talking about WordPress development or JavaScript or whatnot, it's having a good file and directory structure. Keep your files organized. When you work with themes, most of the time, the template will go into the root directory of the theme. Maybe you will have some template parts or some snippets that go into another folder. But with plugins, it's a whole different story. Well, you could write your code in a single file, and maybe you should if you are building a small WordPress plugin, a really simple one. But besides that case, you really shouldn't. For example, if your plugin is adding something on the front end but is also having an admin dashboard, you will need to have your front end and your back end in different directories. And even if you start small with a simple plugin, you may want to over-engineer a bit in the beginning. Because if you think that you will fix the folder structure later, you won't. You'll just be lying to yourself. Because if you over-engineer a bit in the beginning and it will give you an easier time later down the road, you will thank yourself for that. Anyway, if you have found this video useful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and check this video right here if you want to learn more about what you need to know before starting to learn WordPress theme development. Have a great day, see you next time.